Hello and welcome everybody, this is the Prussian Prince and I'm here recording an Arverni versus Rome battle on Burdigala. So, what do we have here? Basically, I'm playing against another fellow Agony member. He is Agony Rot, previously known as Agony Red Warrior. What we're gonna be doing here is we're just testing to see if, well, he said that his army can do pretty well against barbarian factions, his Roman army, so we'll see what it can do specifically. I'm using probably the most annoying Arverni build out there at the moment because it has cav and it has strong infantry, so it's difficult to beat unless you're a skirmishing faction. So we will see. Unless, I guess it might work as Parthia, but it's still difficult because Noble Horse such a strong unit, and also as what is it? Oh, he actually says that works pretty well against everything besides barbarian factions. But oh well, we'll still test it. Like, this army is very small, but it's very elite, as you can see. All the units are quite powerful. I'm ready. Yeah, this is the most annoying build right now. 6 Oath Swords and 6 Noble Horse. This would be very annoying if I played against it. Obviously, against specific factions, you do change the build. Like, you add more cav against Parthia. You don't need so many Oath Swords against Parthia. Maybe like between 2 to 4. And here we go. So, whoa, I was moving backwards. Alright, so what does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Praetorian Cav, 2 Sociequites, an Auxiliary Balearic Slinger, 3... He has Principes and Hastati Core. Not really core, but you know what I mean. But yeah, Noble Horse, you should be able to beat his kind of Cav without too many problems. This is why I'm gonna be moving my Noble Horse over here on this side. Yeah, his gladiators. Actually, I should keep my gladiators with. Yep, I do want to make sure that I do this. And the Noble Horse over here. I also want to hit that unit as hard as I can. And over here, I am moving up because I'm moving up. So he is taking some pot shots with his slingers. Here, obviously, I would like to engage into a cav fight. But it doesn't seem like it's too possible. And I don't even need to worry about slingers here. That's the thing. Oh, he does have that elephant unit that I didn't notice before. Here we go. I could actually trap his slingers. It's not really what I want to do. I need to get out of here. Here I go. And I'm gonna go in and engage him, obviously. And here I do get a pretty decent cav charge in. I'm gonna go from the flank with my Noble Horses. And I'm not sure if this engagement is gonna go too well for him. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do, but here we go. Yeah, his center is collapsing pretty damn fast. That's pretty obvious right now, and I'm gonna disengage here. Of course, gonna get another cav charge in here. Gotta take down his Sociequites, and here is my Noble Horse. Yeah, this is going a bit too well for me, I would say. But now I could get that nice little cav charge into those Hastati from the back. It should rout them. Oh, actually, I did. There was a terrible charge. Yeah, my general is dying, but it's all good. Even if my general dies, like my old swords, can do pretty okay. Yeah, I don't even care about my general dying right now. It's all fine. I just need some of my cav though alive. So I need to chase down that Stinger unit. And even if I don't chase it down, it's still okay. But yeah, you can see that while I did lose like 3 of my noble horse units, still a pretty decisive victory. Pretty decisive victory for me, I mean. Yeah, this gladiator over here, it's doing some damage, but yeah. This unit, it has routed, but doesn't really matter. And I did chase off his slinger unit, and I'm gonna get a nice charge over here. My noble horse, of course, they're winning. Principes can't really do too much, and my noble horse, now I gotta get it all the way over here. Yep, now once those two route, probably everything will route. Why not pop frenzy? Whatever, doesn't really matter at this point. Oh, Principes, they're routing, and it's... Yeah, as you can see, this isn't very easy to beat, this build. And I'm making a video because this is the new flavor. Like, you don't take as many old swords, but you take more cav, because what people do now, and this is why it has changed. A lot of people before, they went... This is how the metagame has changed. So in the beginning, a lot of people went like heavy infantry and no what is it? No, or little cavalry, not more than 1 or 2 cavalry units. So to counter that, the overpowered build for that time was like only old swords and 1 or 2 noble horse, because everybody else took heavy infantry anyway, and that's what happened. So now what you do is, since people have figured out that so many old swords and like 1 or 2 cav units, that's weak to skirmishing, like full skirmish mode and little infantry, what people are doing now is that they're adding in more cavalry. So this means that the overpowered build, so to speak, changes. So now it is 6 noble horse and 6 oath swords, and it changes according to which faction you're playing against, as Arverni. But trust me, this build is pretty sturdy, and it's quite hard to beat if you're a non-pike faction. With pike factions, this is easier because the real thing is you only need 6 pikes to use against those old swords. Unless they pull through, then that's a different story. But pulling through, I consider it to be an exploit against the pikes. Then you would, of course, you should skirmish this down or focus on the cavalry. If you focus on the cavalry and you take out the noble horse in this build, the old swords will be kited to death. There's only 6 of them. It's not like 10 or 11 where it's really hard to kite because they can cover the whole map. But the noble horse are really dangerous. That's what you have to deal with when you're using basically any faction. The noble horse, they are your #1 priority, not the old swords. You want to kill the noble horse so that you can kite at will and not have to worry about protecting your archers properly. Because with only 6 oath swords, he will never be able to catch you. His heavy infantry is so slow, and there's only 6 units. Obviously, you can kite around easily, and they're slow, they're few, right? They're slower than light infantry, slower than archers, so it should work pretty well if you can take out the cavalry. But the problem is, in the current metagame, is that if you engage into a cavalry fight, the battle takes so long, even if it's quite far away from the battlefield, that the enemy Oathsworns are able to get into the fight and turn it into the Arverni's favor. So it's really hard to take care of the noble horse. So basically, once you commit your cavalry to noble horse, you have to stay in there, stick your cavalry in there, and then your opponent commits his Oathsworn, so you both are committed. But that engagement, in most cases, will go to the person using the Oathsworns to support the cavalry fight. So this is really difficult to deal with. Unless you're using heavy infantry yourself, like say Egyptian Galatian real guards. But that type of rush is harder to do as Egypt because your cavalry isn't as good, so you're more susceptible to skirmishing. This is why it's so good with Arverni, because Oathsworns are, you could say, probably the best, as well as noble horse, best the cavalry and infantry. So this is why it works so well. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. See you next time.